So we're gonna sit back and watch the show. And I'm gonna be real. I believe Beyonce in some instances gotta ask him to kind of like, stay over there.
That is crazy because, but think about what they did in the immediate aftermath of this lawsuit.
You're supposed to do that. The family thing got to be
right. But Jay-Z, who you never see doing some bullshit publicly, clearly does not really like to go out in public any more than he has to, gets all dressed up with his family and goes to the goddamn Mufasa premiere.
All right, y'all, grab your tea because this one's juicy. Word on the street is that Beyoncé has finally confronted Jay-Z's mistress after she came out and spilled all the details about their 9-year-long affair. Yep, 9 whole years. Can you imagine? This woman didn't just hint at it either. She put it all out there for the world to see, and now everyone's wondering how Queen Bey is handling it. You know this kind of drama doesn't stay quiet for long. All right, y'all, buckle up because Carmen Bryan is back, and she's stirring up all the drama again. If you've forgotten, Carmen is the self-proclaimed mistress who had a 9-year affair with Jay-Z back in the day. And yes, she even admitted that she got pregnant by him, but sadly suffered a miscarriage during their time together.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this was before the whole thing.
This was like before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. It wasn't.
It was still early.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby and move forward with our relationship. No.
Okay. When you told Jay that you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
I told him after the fact.
Oh, you told him after?
I told him after the fact.
Okay, so he didn't even know.
No, I told him after the fact.
Now, with Jay-Z's name in the middle of some serious legal trouble, Carmen is breaking her silence. And let's just say she's dropping some heavy hints that there's more to the story. For some context, Carmen wasn't just a random side piece. She was engaged to rapper Nas while carrying on her affair with Jay-Z. And the love triangle between the three became one of the messiest sagas in hip-hop history. Back in the late 90s, while she was in a relationship with Nas, she and Jay allegedly started hooking up. And it didn't stay a secret for long. In fact, the drama spilled over into their music, fueling the infamous beef between Jay and Nas. Remember Jay-Z's diss track Super Ugly? It dropped in 2004, 4 years into his relationship with Beyoncé, and it's still one of the most brutal diss tracks ever. In the song, Jay brags about sleeping with Carmen in a Jeep and leaving used condoms in her daughter's baby seat. That lyric shook everyone, including Nas, who called Carmen immediately after hearing it. At first, she said she didn't even know how to respond. It wasn't until she fully processed the situation that she admitted the truth to Nas. The rumors are true. I've been seeing Jay-Z. This wasn't the first time Carmen had spoken publicly about her affair. She spilled all the tea in her 2006 memoir, It's No Secret, From Nas to Jay-Z, From Seduction to Scandal. In the book, she detailed how her relationship with Jay-Z started, describing their connection in vivid detail. She wrote about waking up to Jay kissing her and how their chemistry eventually led to their first time together. We started kissing and it was rather intense, she wrote. Somehow we ended up in his bedroom. He started to undress me and this time I didn't resist. My clothes were off in a flash and so were his. But the drama doesn't stop there. Carmen has openly admitted that cheating on Nas wasn't just about a fling, it was about who she cheated with. Had I been cheating with some nobody who just plays Nintendo all day, that might not have been a problem, she said in a 2017 interview. But I was cheating with individuals in the same genre of music, the same circles, the same company. She didn't see herself as doing anything wrong, saying she felt like she was part of that world too. However, Carmen's perspective shifted when Jay-Z aired their dirty laundry in his music. The Super Ugly track, with its condom in the baby seat lyric, was a turning point for her. She admitted that she was disgusted by Jay's decision to publicly humiliate Nas like that, saying,
I'm not gonna allow him to belittle Nas anymore. Like, I'm the only person on the planet that could belittle this nigga. I'm not letting anybody else have that opportunity.
People also started feeling some type of way because Jay is giving some major Snake vibes. One person said, why Jay-Z is always trying to take somebody girl, he has major insecurities, big nose. After that, Carmen seemed to step away from the spotlight, keeping relatively quiet for years. But now, with Jay-Z facing serious allegations in court, Carmen has decided to speak up again, and she's making it clear she believes there's some truth to what's being said about him. She hasn't held back, hinting that Jay-Z might actually be guilty of what he's being accused of, though she hasn't gone into full detail just yet. Let's not forget Carmen's background, which makes her a unique player in this story. Before all the drama with Nas and Jay-Z, she wasn't just some groupie. Carmen worked in the music industry herself, first as a finance officer for Rush Management, a production organization under Def Jam Records. She later became the executive assistant to Tracy Waples, Capitol Records senior VP of Artist and Repertoire. She met Nas as a teenager, and their relationship became serious in her early adulthood, while Nas was signed to Columbia Records. But her affair with Jay-Z overshadowed everything. In her memoir, Carmen painted a picture of a complicated, messy relationship with the rapper. She described moments of closeness and passion, but also highlighted how it all came crashing down when their private moments became public knowledge. Jay-Z's decision to put their relationship on blast was a move that still echoes through hip-hop history, especially because of how it tied into his beef with Nas. Now, with Carmen re-entering the conversation as Jay-Z faces legal battles, her words carry a different weight. She's not just reflecting on the past, she's tying her experiences with Jay-Z to what's happening now. And while she hasn't outright accused him of anything new, her comments imply that she isn't surprised by the allegations against him. This entire saga just adds another layer to Jay-Z's already complicated legacy. From his music career to his high-profile marriage with Beyoncé, the rapper has carefully crafted an image as a business mogul and family man. But as old flames like Carmen resurface and new allegations come to light, fans are left wondering just how much of the picture has been hidden all these years. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's exactly the kind of tea we've come to expect from hip-hop's most legendary feuds. Carmen's reappearance is stirring up questions that might not have easy answers, but one thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet. Carmen threw some shade Jay-Z's way. It all started with her Instagram stories, where she came for people she believes are showing selective loyalty. She called them out, saying, "These days people don't defend what's right, they defend who they like, and that's why we call you groupies." If that wasn't enough, Carmen posted an excerpt from Jay-Z's verse in Kanye West's Monster, where he raps about harming villages, women, and children. Of course, Carmen deleted the posts, but not before people started dragging her. Critics were quick to point out that she's the last person who should be calling anyone a groupie, considering her 9-year affair with Jay-Z while she was in a relationship with Nas. But you know what? That didn't stop Carmen. She came back with even more, posting a cryptic message that read, "Be kind to past versions of yourself that didn't know then the things you know now." And if that wasn't enough, Carmen also reposted a snippet of a news article about Rymir Satterthwaite, the man claiming to be Jay-Z's illegitimate son, with a Michael Jackson popcorn emoji slapped on top. Translation: Carmen's making it very clear whose side she's on in all this drama. Based on her posts, she's basically pointing fingers at Jay-Z and suggesting that the accusations in his lawsuit might have some truth to them. Now, let's talk about this lawsuit. Here's what we know. A woman identified only as Jane Doe claims that back in the day, she was driven to an MTV VMA afterparty by a limo driver who allegedly worked for Diddy. According to the lawsuit, the driver told her she fit what Diddy was looking for. The woman was then dropped off at a house with a U-shaped driveway, made to sign an NDA, and offered a drink that made her feel lightheaded and dizzy. Feeling unwell, she says she walked into a nearby bedroom to lie down. This is where things take a disturbing turn. The lawsuit alleges that both Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room, with Diddy saying, "You're ready to party." Jane Doe claims Jay-Z then removed her clothes and assaulted her while Diddy and another unnamed female celebrity watched. She alleges Diddy assaulted her afterward while Jay and the female celebrity looked on. She managed to escape, running to a gas station where she called her father. Carmen has made it clear she's not surprised by the allegations, implying she believes Jay-Z could have done what he's accused of. But Jay-Z isn't staying quiet. He released a fiery statement denying everything, calling the claims heinous and urging the accuser to file a criminal complaint instead of a civil lawsuit. He also slammed the lawyer, Tony Busby, calling him an ambulance chaser in a cheap suit, and accused him of trying to exploit the situation for money. Jay-Z's response was passionate, saying he wouldn't settle and was ready to fight these claims publicly, adding, "You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games." While some people are backing Jay-Z Jay-Z. Others, including Carmen, aren't buying his defense. She's out here doubling down, seemingly adding more fuel to the fire while people debate whether she should even be inserting herself into this mess. Critics are accusing her of using the spotlight to air out her own unresolved feelings about Jay-Z and their decade-long affair. But here's the question. Is Carmen being vocal because she truly believes Jay-Z is guilty, or does she know something about him that the public doesn't? Either way, her involvement is making the situation even messier. People think he might be guilty. One comment online said, "Usually the dudes with the unfortunate looks in high school become villains. Jay-Z and Diddy, for example. But let's not forget, Carmen isn't just stirring the pot. She's also becoming part of the story herself, with fans questioning whether she has a right to speak on this at all, given her own controversial past." So here's the twist. Lately, some new info has surfaced that might actually work in Jay-Z's favor. Apparently, there are some inconsistencies in the lawsuit that have raised eyebrows, and Jay's legal team is feeling confident that he'll be cleared soon. His lawyer has even hinted that they have evidence to prove the allegations are baseless, which could bring this whole thing crashing down. While the drama has been intense, it looks like there's a chance Jay might walk away from this unscathed. Guess we'll just have to wait and see how it all unfolds. So, what do you think? Is Carmen genuinely trying to call out wrongs, or is she just inserting herself for attention? And do you think she might have more secrets about Jay-Z up her sleeve? Let us know your thoughts below.